Hi everyone, welcome to stylewithufuomaomoluru, and I have great exciting news for you. I just hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Amazing. I am really happy that all the hard work is paying off, and I'm saying thank you to my 2K plus subscribers, to all of you that watch my videos, that stay glued to my channel. It's a big thank you from me and virtual hug. So there's still lots of things to come on Style with Ufuomaomoluru. All the hours of hard work, sometimes you feel like doing a video and you don't feel like doing a video, but you need to do it. It's paying off finally. So I get to be able to give you more content and more things to make you love sewing and styling. So as you must have noticed, I'm very passionate about making simple, classy, ready to wear clothes that anybody can wear. And one thing about my channel is you don't need to be a professional tailor. You don't need to have any experience to be able to learn from what I do on my channel. I say thank you to all of you who subscribed. Your messages, they inspire me. Thank you for your likes and for your shares as well. Without you, there will be no Style with Ufuomaomoluru. So to say a big thank you to you today, I want to show you how I made this lovely kaftan dress or tunic dress. Like you can see, the sleeves can be let down like that, okay, if you want, by the sides. You see what it looks like, or you can also pull this up to give you the avant-garde trendy look. So one beautiful thing about this dress is you can dress down, you can dress up. And how do you do that? It depends on your accessories. So your shoes determine what your outfit turns out to be like. Your necklace or your earrings can also change the vibe of your outfit. So if I want to dress down this look, all I need to do is to wear a sneakers or flat sandals or slippers. Then when I want to wear it for a party, all I need to do is go with some bling, little bit of heels, tiny heels, block heels, whatever works for you, wedge, sandals. It can also work for this dress. So once you put that on, it transforms the look, and you go with a little clutch purse to just give you the vavavoom effect that you may be going for. So what are you doing? Let's get into class and let me show you how I made this sassy, simple, classic piece. So welcome to today's tutorial, and I want to cut a simple tunic dress. Easy to wear, you can dress up, you can dress down, and that's what I love most about this dress I want to cut. So it's really easy. All you need to do is get your fabric. I'm going to be using crepe material, and I need 2.5 yards no matter your size. So it's a one size fits all. So now you need to fold your fabric into two, then into two again, that's into four. So we're going to make like a square fold. So you need to get the right side of the fabric. Most times people find it difficult to know which is the right side and which is the wrong side. So what works for me is I feel the selvage, and when you feel that part that is a bit rough, that usually is the front, and the part that is smooth is the back. So I'm going to fold that way. I'm going to fold into two, then into four, as if we'll be cutting or want to cut a flare. Okay, so that's the way you fold this. Just make sure your fold is even. So once you folded, you're going to get like a square. So now I'm using the side that you have the selvage. That is going to be the width of the dress, not the length. So you need to take note of that. That's the longest part of the dress. Okay, so I'm folding this on the table. So the first thing I want to do is to determine my neckline, and I want a crew neckline. Make sure this is even at the bottom, because if it's not even, it will become problematic. So I'm going to check, and I notice the bottom is not very even, so we're going to try to fold properly. So don't ever be in a haste. It's better to do it right than be in a rush, and when you're done, you discover that maybe the length is no longer sufficient. So yeah, I think that's a better fold. So now let's determine the length of the dress. So I'm going to get my tape, and I want the length to be a bit short, like 38. So what I have here is 41, which is good. After folding, it's going to be shorter. So now take the neckline, and I'm going to do the depth of my neckline. I want to make that 4. Then sideways, I want to make it 3.5. So it's 4 by 3.5. You can make it wider, or you can work with what I have here. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut the two together, but I'll be cutting not so deep, about 1.5 inches. Okay, but same depth. But later when I open up, I'll take down the front neckline. I'm doing this because remember it's folded into 4, so it's assumed I'm cutting both the back and the front of the dress together. Yeah, so now what we need to do is to get our sleeve. So I want the sleeve to be like a bat wing, okay, but it's not going to be like the draped cowl that we're used to, but just bat wing, and that's all. So you need to determine how long you want your sleeve to be. So from the folded side, if I measure from that point all the way to the side, I have 30 inches, which is pretty long, okay, and that's not bad. So I'm going to keep this part. I'm going to keep it the way it is, and I'm going to get the sleeve. So the sleeve is going to be a bit wide. I'm going to make it about 28 or 30 inches because I'm going to ruche this to give me my sleeve. So now all I need to do is just to move in a little with about maybe 6 inches, because I really don't want it to be snug. I want it to just be free, like a free wear. So now I've moved in 6 inches from where you have the sleeve. So now I'm just going to go down straight to the end. So get your ruler. Just looking for the ruler, and I must have dropped it somewhere, but I'm going to use my tape, okay, just to make sure it's straight. So one thing you can do is you can reduce this. It doesn't have to be this size. You can make it a lot more smaller. So I'm going to just go in and cut all the way to the bottom. So the beautiful thing about this dress is that it's going to fit any size. So I don't want to cut the front neckline until I'm done with this. So this I'm going to ruche. I'm going to be using long stitches. So I will sew on that. Make sure you don't lock the stitch. So we'll do that and pull. And once we pull, it gives us the gather, the fronts. So before I go to the sleeve, I'm going to need to take off the selvage edge, because if you don't take that off, sometimes when you're sewing, it'll be in the way. So I'm going to take out the selvage. So I've taken that out. So you can decide to reduce this, do what works for you. So I'm going to reduce the size, so I'm opening up, and I'm going to refold to give me the front of the kaftan or tunic dress, bubu, agbada, whatever you call it, like we call it in Nigeria. It depends on you. So now I'm going to cut the neckline, because if you don't do it this way, you're going to have the front and the back the same size, and you may not want that. So now that's settled, I need to cut the band for the sleeve. So I'm going to be using what we took from the side to do that. So I'm just going to fold that way, and I'm going to cut my band. I don't want it too snug or too free, and since it's a one size fits all, so I'm going to do 12 inches, but I'm going to be cutting like 14 inches. Okay, so you can make it tighter to grip your wrist, but because I want mine to be one size fit, so I'm just going to leave it at 12, so that you can pull it up if you want, and it doesn't have to stay there. And it depends on who is going to wear it. I can make it 8 at the wrist as well. Okay, so So that's for the sleeve. So that's the dress. Now is to go sew, come back and show you what I've done. And at the end of this, after sewing, I'm going to show you also how I'm going to design this. So what I'm going to do is, after I must have used a matching bias to pipe the neck, I'm going to use this. As you can see, it's a beautiful motif applique, as in crystal applique. So I'm going to place this right on the surface and iron on. So just wait while I come back with the finished look. While I place my applique, what I'm trying to do is the iron. I folded this into two, and I want to iron the center. And this is so I can get a bearing on where I'm going to place the adhesive gemstones or crystals. If you don't do this, most times what happens is it's going to tilt to the side, and I don't want that happening. So that's what I just did. So yeah, that's our dress is ready, and I've made it. You can see it looks really pretty. So that's the applique, the bling applique motif that I placed on this. So all I needed to do was just to iron on. And when you're ironing on, don't forget to place a cotton fabric on top. Your iron needs to be the right heat amount. Make sure you're careful, if not you can burn your fabric. So this is what I got, okay, from the design. So also for the neckline, what I did was to use matching cotton bias. If you don't have one, you can do a facing. So after that, I also folded the bottom of the dress. And for the sleeve, you can see how nice it turned out to be. So what I have here is ruched sleeve. There's a gather on the sleeve, and I fit it right into the band. So you pull that gather until it's the same size as the band, and I stitched around the side. So it's that easy to make your sassy, trendy tunic dress, or some people call this the agbada dress. What's important is it's free wear, easy wear, doesn't cling to you, it's very comfortable, and you can dress up or down. So that's all for today's class. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and you can leave a comment if there's anything about the video you did not understand. And don't forget you need to subscribe so you keep seeing my videos as they drop. So till I come your way next time is bye from me.